Hello. So we see here my entire knife collection. I've only lost about one, but some of these are gifts. Some of these were knives that I bought when I was younger and didn't really know what to get. But yeah, I have numerous fixed blades, multi-tools. You can consider those as multi-tools, or big pocket knives. But a good amount of these were bought when I was younger. But so gifts. My grandfather heard that I was collecting knives by my mom, so he went out and he bought me a couple. One for the heck of it, and another for Christmas. So this one was a knife that I bought. This is just merely for looks. There's no use in that, but so that's that one. Another knife that I got me again. This was a gift. Are these knives? Merely for looks, but it's the thought that counts, and it's very nice, thoughtful of him to do that. This knife I bought, or this combo set I bought when I was younger, and it pretty much sucks. I mean, the handle, the grip feels good, and the knife cuts, but it's not good quality. This is a cool knife. I thought it looked cool. When I got it, I was happy with it. I thought it was cool, but I was just learning about knives. These are all knives that I bought. This was, a cheap knife. Another cheap knife. This one doesn't even lock, but it has a lock back. So, cheap knives that I got that I didn't know. This being like a yard sale one. Used it, sharpened it, tried to take care of it, but cheap and old that, I don't use it anymore. I don't carry it at all. Gift, cool, quality, not the greatest. Gift again, quality isn't the greatest, but it's something that I don't have. It's completely different. Really cool, very thoughtful. Sucky knife, quality not good, steel not good. Again, this is real nice. I don't remember what order I bought these in. I had a smaller version of this one. I don't know what it was called, but it only had some tools on the inside. It didn't have a corkscrew on the back, but it was smaller than this one. I don't remember the name of it, but this was probably one of my first few knives that I had to start my collection. Was this one, and I carry this around a lot and use this a lot. This was my pocket knife. So this is basically one of my first knives. Moving on, I think I got this one next. I was just doing research online, and I was like, that's a sweet knife. I had my dad get it for me. I didn't ask for much when I got this, so he was like, yeah, sure, I'll get it for you. So that was nice. I carried this one around a lot too, and this was one of my also one of my first real like folders, you could say. So this one started it. I was really happy when I got this. This was pretty much the start of it. And I started getting some. I got this was a gift from my cousin. Bought a big box of like 20 of those, so he gave me one. That was nice. Started looking. I got another Buck, one of my first few knives to start the collection again. And I got, you know, some Swiss Army variants here. This one came first though. That one came before this one, but you know, I started getting more. Got a bigger one here. This one basically just has a file on it, which is pretty cool. It also has like a chisel on the back, which is cool. You know, bought the case with it too. Found on the side of a road by my brother, and then given to me. Started buying more things. I think this is one of the next purchases after the Buck. Oh, this is another good one. I haven't carried this around too much, but I did carry it around for a while. I'd throw that in my pocket every now and then, and this thing disappears. This is so thin and like weighs nothing, and just I'd say it's mostly the thinness of it, but you know, it doesn't, just disappears in your pocket. And I wrapped this too myself. I just, you know, went around it. One of my first knives. This one was a gift from my brother when he went to Sicilia. I got, you know, starting to get into the real stuff. Better quality knives. I've got this Cold Steel. This is an awesome knife. I just only wish it was full flat ground. But it was too late. They changed the model on it, so I had to deal with the hollow grind on that one. Bought some other knives. This is a cool one. This is cheap. It's like an L&D or something. But it's like 16 bucks, but it's an awesome knife. You know, it's big, sturdy, not terrible steel, but I just wanted to get one of these axis lock, essentially, knives, and so this one is definitely nice. Hard, you know, hard to close compared to this one. This is easy. I can do that with one finger. And there's a Rat 1 in here. I'm gonna dur coat this over the summer, so I started taking it apart. But that was one of my next purchases. Ooh, this one I think I got for Christmas a while back. You know, I wanted a multi-tool, so I got this one, and this is I don't think they make this anymore, but it's thin, small, lightweight, and it kind of just had everything that I really needed. I didn't need like a serrated blade or a file or anything. This was, you know, the main part was the pliers. So I got that one, but that didn't work out too well. I mean, it worked out great, but I wanted more capability with it, so I got this one later on, and you know, for like, I think on Amazon I got $34 on it or something, or 35, 36. But rockin' multi-tool, this one is, you know, for the price and what you get with it, it's pretty good. This is comparable to the Wave, except it doesn't have any scissors, and all the tools are on the inside. Other than that, you know, it's pretty matched in tools with the Wave. But finally, this was one of my first, I think, most expensive knives. It was like $44 or something like that, and I was like, that's an expensive knife. Like that's, you know, I was looking for more of $20, you know. This one was like 22 or 23 at the time I bought it or something. So this one being like 44, I was like, whoa, that's a lot of money. But not that much now. It's actually fairly cheap compared to this one. So this was a cool knife that I got. I was very happy about when I got it. Still happy about it. Love that it's full flat ground. Just, you know, the handle is so huge, you can get a really nice grip on that. This one was a gift from a coworker. He knew that I liked knives, and so he had a couple of these, so he just gave me this one. This one's bad because the liner lock goes over so far, it's hard to push it back and unlock it. You can't do it. Well, I can't do it. It's just super hard to do it like that, so I push it like that down. So this is just my beater knife. One of my friends got a Tenacious, and when I held it in my hands, I knew I had to get it. I knew it was a knife that was popular already, and I knew it was a good quality knife and whatnot. And definitely an EDC knife everyone had but I waited on it. But when I got my hands on it, I felt it, and I was like, that's a nice knife. So I needed to carry that one around. And so I went out and got that one. You know, I started with my friend who bought it. Once I started working, I went out and got this because I was working at a hardware store and still am. So I needed to get a box cutter, so I got this one because, you know, it was like $8 at the time too, so it was cheap and I loved it. And it was great. It's serving me well ever since. Another one of my next purchases. I don't think they make this knife either anymore, but this one was pretty awesome. I think it was like $18, so it wasn't that much. I just decided to get it anyways, and boy, this thing is small. Since I don't have that big of hands, I can get 3 on it easy. I can get all 4 if I choke up on it, but that's kind of a little dangerous, so 3 is what I do get on this guy. I don't carry this one around too much. I would carry this around as a combo to, if I was carrying a bigger knife, like this one, or this one. I told myself that I would, you know, get a small knife and carry this around so that I wouldn't scare people when I would open this huge knife. So I was like, I'll just carry both of them, and I'll just, you know, put this in my coin pocket or whatnot. But since I got these are kind of more useful than that one there, because they take up just kind of like the same amount of space, if not smaller here, but they, you know, have all the little tools that come along with it, which is awesome. So I haven't been doing that as much as I thought I would, as I told myself to do previously. This one I bought a while back, to carry it around at work, and I did carry it around. I thought this knife would be a little bit smaller when I got it, but it's definitely a good knife. Sharp, easy, simple, elegant. Definitely a gentleman's folder. This one I saw online, and I just thought it was really cool. Really basic, again, even more simpler than that one, because it's, you know, a friction folder. I've always wanted a friction folder, so at the price of what this was, I can't remember, maybe it was like 18 bucks or something, but it was cheap and awesome, and I just love the whole story and history behind the knife too. So, you know, now we're getting into the recent stuff. This one I've had my eye on for a while, it being so small and light, and I think this is aluminum. The design of it is just super cool. You know, it's different. I have lots of knives with G10 on it, so this one, you know, this one's different, being aluminum and having this cool design on it. But man, this is a cool knife when you got it in your hands. Finger locks in there and the finger troil, and your thumb just fits perfectly right there on that groove that they put in it on the back side. They jimped it, you know, jimping, I'd say, you know, it's pretty good. It's not too aggressive. Tenacious is a little more aggressive, so this one is better, but, you know, then again, it just has a bigger ramp there. But, you know, this one, it still gives me good traction and lockup, but this is a great knife, really lightweight, and it disappears. And I just thought it was cool how it had roller ball bearings instead of like a washer, so that was also, you know, one of the reasons why I got it, because it was different too. Got this one because although I had this, I didn't really want to carry it around a neck knife since it didn't have the best retention. So and I would just put this in my pocket anyways. So I never had a neck knife, so I went out and got this one. This one had one of those. It had like a little clip, so you could put it on your belt, so you could carry it upright. You could carry it this way or that way, or, you know, which way, and they would just screw in through these. I did that for a while, but then I was like, yeah, I'll try the neck knife thing, and I wasn't happy with how it carried. I just originally had one loop around the neck, but that wasn't comfortable, so that's why I carried it on the belt for a little while, but I found a better way to carry this, so now this is solely my neck knife, and I haven't used it too much, but I know it's there when I need it. I have it when I work. That's good. More recent stuff. This is my first, like, over $50 knife. I've always liked Benchmades, and I always thought their knives were awesome, great, looked great, good quality, you know, good reviews, everyone loved it, and I got to looking and I couldn't stop, and I settled on this one, so I had to do it. So this is a great knife. I was really looking forward to when this thing came in, and I am very happy with it, and I'm glad I did spend the money on it. I was questioning that at times, but in the end, I'm happy I got it. And oh man, have I wanted a knife for a very long time. I've wanted one of these for such a long time. This was, you know, I've had this noted down since like four years ago, probably. I've always, maybe longer, I don't really remember. I just remember that this was always on my list of knives to get, and this year I just went out and got it, and I got the stainless steel one. I don't care about the drawbacks. I wanted stainless steel. I wanted something that wouldn't rust. So I went out and got this one. But this is a great knife. I do like it. And it's lightweight. And this is a knife I'll usually use for food at school, at my campus, because I don't really have a kitchen knife. And I'll eat apples and oranges and fruit and whatnot, so I'll try to stay healthy eating that stuff. So I'll use a knife, and since a good amount of my knives will rust, I wanted a solid stainless steel knife that wouldn't rust and that wouldn't have a finger nick in it where stuff would get stuck. And this one is kind of small anyways, but this is my most recent knife purchase, and it's a good one again. This one I know I've wanted this one for a while. It's been on my list for a while and I just finally decided to get this one. I knew it was like $40 and I was just waiting for it to drop on Amazon, and I guess it did drop because it went to $39.99 or $39.90. So I decided now was time to do it. Man, this is a great knife. I didn't know I would love it as much as I did. I knew it was very popular, just like this one is very popular, and I was like, well, you know, if it pleases a lot of people, I'll be pleased by it, and that is, you know, very true with this one. This finger choil here, that is just super great. It walks in that. That's probably one of my deepest knives here. This one's pretty deep, but it's not as deep as this one. This one, you know, does have a nice curve on it, but it's not as aggressive as this one. But this one's not bad either. This one is pretty deep, but you know, this is different. This is a fixed blade knife. But that and the overall length, and also it closes. When it closes, it's not that thick either. I mean, look at that one. Like this one is a lot fatter. That's like an inch and a half, maybe inch and 3/4 there. This one is just about an inch here. So that's awesome. That I loved. I knew that you know, this thing wouldn't carry deep. It came on this end, and I'm fine with having it tip down. Flipper's great. I thought I could open it with the thumb stud here, but it is pretty dang. You can't do it like any other knife that you can whip open. It takes a lot more force to open it, so this one is definitely a flipper. And that's not really a thumb stud anyways. It helps the knife stop when it opens, because there's a little divot there where it goes into. I thought that was just the design, but this is definitely a great knife. It's also fairly thin, and it only has, you know, one liner in it. Simple design here, but yeah, this is a great knife. One of my most recent knives. So that's everything. More to come though.